Welcome to Thrash the Trash. I'm delighted to wish all the viewers a happy and a prosperous new year. Stay safe during this COVID pandemic. In today's video, we are going to look at the top 5 business ideas in waste management. But you need to understand one thing. There are 15 plus business models in waste management, which I have classified based on investment level. Low investment, medium investment, high investment. In low investment, we have collection, segregation, upcycling, social repair. Whereas in medium investment, we have producer responsibility, organization, new product design, security, import, export, marketplace, digital, technology. And in the high investment, the capital investment, we have dismantling, recycling, re-engineering, treatment, storage, disposal facility, and so on. And in today's video, we are going to look at the top 5 business ideas that you can engage in 2022. First, we are going to look at collection. Collection is the most basic and a fundamental business model where you're going to collect the waste from consumers. It could be individuals, apartments, commercial establishments, small shops, offices, and so on. So where you're going to collect the various waste and then you will be selling it to authorized waste management company. But again, you need to understand one thing. Collection doesn't require any investment. You need maybe a minimum investment of 5,000, 10,000 just to pay to the customer to procure the waste from them, to buy the waste from the customer. Apart from that, you don't need any huge investment as such for collection. Since there is no investment as such, your compliance is also nil. So because of that reason, you will encounter problem where you won't be able to collect the waste from big companies, corporates, manufacturing unit, government agencies. And also you won't be able to collect certain waste like municipal solid waste, biomedical waste, hazardous waste, and so on. To avoid that, what you can do is you can do collection, but at the same time you can have an agreement with an authorized waste management company. It could be with a plastic recycler, an electronic waste dismantler, or a recycler, a battery recycler. So in that way, what is going to happen? So you have a proper agreement with the various companies. So you will be able to collect the waste irrespective of the organization size. So this is something that you have to remember. Collection might sound very simple, but generally people tend to make it more tech savvy. So I have already explained about the do's and don'ts when it comes to collection in my previous Model Monday series. I have given the link for you. Please do check it out. And when it comes to collection, you don't need any huge investment, any experience. This is something that you can learn, you can adopt. In terms of pricing, you can learn from the authorized waste management company. What is going to be the product pricing? Again, from the informal sector, the scrap dealer. So you can know the market pricing. So accordingly, you will buy the material from the customer and then sell it to the authorized waste management company. All you need is the ability to assess the waste. What is the worthiness of the waste? Is it going to be per kg basis, per unit basis? Pay for the waste and then you're going to do the action on it. And in terms of logistics, maybe you need a 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler to pick up the waste from the customer, and then either you can bring it to your warehouse. It could be your own house where you can store it for time being. As you grow, you can go for a rented space. In collection, to maximize your profit, what you can do is you can do something called segregation, which itself is a different business model, but you can club with collection. In that way, what is going to happen is you're going to sort the waste, not just based on category, not paper into paper, plastic into plastic, e-waste into e-waste. You're going to go one step further and separate them based on the condition. What is the condition of the product, the waste? Whether that product, can it be further reused? Can it be given a new life? Instead of you scrapping it as a waste, sending it for recycling or re-engineering or for dismantling, you can give it a second chance. In that way, what is going to happen is you're going to maximize your return on investment. And you can take it one step further where, depending on the product condition, the waste type condition, if you think that product can be repaired, so then you can go for it in that way. In that way, what is going to happen? You are going to get much better returns. So basically, collection, you can club with segregation and repair to maximize your return on investment. Model number 2, upcycling. Upcycling is nothing but converting the waste, any waste, into an art. Not only an art, even to an useful product. Generally, upcycling, if you see, it is considered as part of creativity, but it doesn't stop there. You can make it into an useful product. But then if you are wondering, where is the revenue coming as part of upcycling? So whatever product that you are making out, an upcycled product, so that you can sell it in the marketplace. It could be an offline marketplace, a retail store, or it could be an online. And if you feel it is not appetizing for you or you don't find it lucrative, let me give you an example. There is a famous international website, Etsy, ETSY. There, if you go and check the upcycle product, you will get the inspiration of what they are doing with the waste, but at the same time check at the price points, what price they are selling the upcycle product. If you're able to apply your creativity, your skill, or you can undergo training, so in that way what is going to happen, you can convert the waste into an art or a usable product and sell it not only in the local market but also in the international market. That is what is happening. You have a huge potential. For this you don't need any investment. You need to just get the waste, apply your creativity skill or get trained, and then make the waste into an art. It could be a jewelry, it could be a usable product, it could be a showpiece, whatever it might be. So in that way what is happening? You are creating upcycled product. You can take it further where you can start making in volume by providing employment to underprivileged people, artisans, physically challenged people, third gender. In that way you are also adding social benefit. You are empowering the community. You can also teach kids in underprivileged community. So what is going to happen? So they are going to make art and craft out of waste, which you can sell in the marketplace, and whatever money you are getting it, you can give it, contribute it back to the school or to the community where they live. In that way you're doing much bigger impact, where you're converting the waste into an art, and at the same time you are empowering the students, the kids. This is about upcycling. Idea number 3 is dismantling. The dismantling is the least, the basic under capex model. The moment capex comes into picture, it means whatever business you're trying to do under capex, it requires infrastructure in the form of a building, machinery. The building could be a rented building, your own building. Machinery, it could be a basic machinery or it could be an advanced machinery, workforce, raw material, compliance paperwork. So because of that reason, it requires certain investment. It's not something like collection or upcycling where you don't need any infrastructure, you don't need such investment, fixed asset, you don't need any such thing. So dismantling is nothing but you are breaking the waste, tear down the waste, separating, segregating the waste. You're opening the waste, you're breaking the waste, and then you're separating into different parts. Let's say you have a motor at home. It is made up of different components. There is a wire, there is a cast iron, there is a copper winding. So as part of dismantling, what we are trying to do is we are trying to remove, separate it into different parts. Same way, let's take a smartphone that you have. It is made up of what? There is a display, there is a battery, there is a circuit board, there is a speaker, there is a plastic case. So as part of dismantling, it gets separated into different parts. So that is what we are trying to do as part of dismantling. If you're wondering what is the point in doing a dismantling, you cannot do recycling as such. Do you think you can take the whole motor and put it for recycling? Or do you think you can take the whole smartphone and put it for recycling? It has certain problems. So that is why dismantling is going to be the first step to separate it into different parts so that it can be sent for further processing. In that way, what is going to happen? It is going to reduce the load on the recycling part. So you are separating the essential and the non-essential one, and whichever is the core which can be recycled, only that part goes for recycling instead of the whole object, the whole item itself. This is about dismantling. And if you're wondering what type of waste will go for dismantling, think about solar panel, think about electronic waste, electrical products, your panel, your light systems, your transformers, plastic fused with metal, all of that has to get dismantled. So you can start dismantling depending on the type of waste, the infrastructure requirement, the compliance, it is going to change. For battery, it is going to be different. For electronic waste, it's going to be different. For plastic, it is going to be different. So this is about this. Idea number 4, recycling. Recycling is the most expensive. It requires a lot of capital when it comes to the waste management. Again, it is going to depend on the type of technology that you're going to choose. You can start recycling with minimum investment as well, but then again you will have certain constraint where you won't be able to do complete recovery. What is recycling? Recycling is nothing but recovery, extracting of virgin, the base form from the waste. Let's say there is a plastic waste. As part of recycling, we are recovering the plastic polymer back from the plastic waste. Let's say we have electronic waste, we are recovering the metals, the plastic, the fiber back from the electronic waste. Metal, again we are recovering the pure metal separately. So that is what we are trying to do as part of recycling. So again, depending on the machinery, the volume, everything is going to get decided. This is something which I talked about as part of the Tech Tuesday, the 8 hours of trash technology. If you look at European technology, it is going to be super expensive. The volume is also going to be huge. Why the volume is huge? Because the developed countries, it is well organized. The waste always comes in volume. Because of the foreign exchange advantage they have, they are able to import a lot of waste. So because of that reason, they work on the economies of scale. So more volume they do, better is going to be the return. But think about that. If you're going to take that machine and put it in a developing or undeveloped country, what do you think is going to happen? Developed or undeveloped country, 90% of the waste is controlled by the informal sector. That is going to create a challenge. Will you be able to procure that much waste to process? Because of these reasons, people go for the cheap Chinese technology. It doesn't require a lot of investment. It's going to cost fraction of the European technology or the US technology. And in terms of the volume, it is also going to take lesser volume. Those machineries require lesser volume. But again, will it be able to give you the required recovery, the output from the waste? That is a different question. So you have to do your due diligence properly as far as recycling is concerned. So recycling, you can do it on plastic, paper, fabric, electronic waste, solar panel, lithium-ion batteries, and various other waste. Idea number 5, digital marketplace. If you have seen my previous videos on other videos, I would have kept saying that the waste is given to the highest bidder. So how it happens is, when companies, manufacturing units, government agencies want to get rid of the waste, they give it in the form of a tender, a bid, or an auction. 70-80% it happens offline, where they will put it on the website or they will contact that these are the waste, what is going to be the price. So you will send them a proposal, an offline proposal, or it could be on the mail. So let's say I am saying 50,000 Indian rupees and you are saying 70,000. Since you have quoted the highest, the waste will be given to you. Maybe I might be one particular type of company and you might be on the same type of company. But the balance, 20-30% companies, they have moved to digital platform. They want more money for the waste. They don't want this 50,000, 70,000. They want it to be a real-time bidding, a real-time auction, where on real time, I'm going to put 50, you're going to put 70. So I will come to know what is the price you have put. So the system will show 70,000 is the current bidding price. So then I will think, should I go above 70? So I will say 80. Then you will go 90. So in that way, what is going to happen? The price is going to keep on increasing. It's like the bidding system, or you can say it's like a betting system. So they are trying to get maximum out of the waste. So this is what is happening for the majority of the waste. So because of this reason, I keep saying that the waste is given to the highest bidder, and what happens to the waste, they don't care. They just need a piece of paperwork that the waste something has been done to the waste. So what you can do as part of this idea is that you can create such a platform, but on top of that, you can add one more thing, which is going to create a win-win situation, and that is going to be the future. That is nothing but the post-compliance follow-up, where you're going to show what has happened to the waste. In that way, what is going to happen is that whatever has to be done on the waste, let's say the waste has to get recycled. So whoever is going to bid for it, they will quote only the recycling rate. They will not quote the repair rate. That is going to set the threshold rate that people won't go above that. Since there is no checks and balances in place, people are quoting a repair price, whereas the material has to get recycled, but they give a recycling certificate. This is what is happening. What you're going to do as part of this is that you're going to create a marketplace. It is going to create a win-win situation where the disposing organization is going to get the best price for the waste, but at the same time, you're doing a post follow-up to check what is happening to the waste or what has happened to the waste. It could be in the form of a photo, a video, or a live stream, an audit to the waste management company, what has happened to it. In that way, the company got the best price for the waste, and at the same time the compliance is 100% fulfilled, which they can submit to the environmental agency. And if you're wondering, nobody is doing it, why should I do it? Because this is going to be the future. So far the government has not put so much enforcement in terms of these waste management, but then in the past few years, they have made stringent regulation, measures, penalty, fines, blacklisting to make sure that the waste is getting processed in an environmental friendly manner and what is said as per compliance. More and more amendments, changes are coming into waste management. So because of that reason, this is also something which is going to be the future. It's going to be the game changer. So you can think about it. These are the top 5 business ideas in waste management that you can implement, execute in 2022. If you'd like to check out the other business models, you can sign up for our micro niche launch formula, where I have talked about all the business models. I've given the link in the description below. You can register for it and you can check it out. With that, we are closing today's video. I'll see you tomorrow with another video as part of the Tech Tuesday.